During the Cold War between America and the Soviet Union, much propaganda was used in many ways. One way is through film during the peak of the war, with one notable film being Rocky for a Hollywood first film. This film is clearly propaganda through techniques such as stereotyping and others throughout it. It clearly conveys a message, and the director Sylvester Stallone uses many cinematic techniques to display this. The protagonist Rocky and the antagonist Drago both represent their countries, however they are done so differently. Rocky's character is the representation of the classic American dream, starting from the bottom and reaching the top through hard work and determination. He also shows American ideals such as equality, hard work, and freedom as he lives for himself and talks for himself. This is a capitalist idea of being able to have this freedom. This is a deep contrast with Drago's character, who fights to represent his country and shows discipline and strength, however does not have the freedom to act on his own. This is shown through the press conferences as both Apollo and Rocky speak for themselves, whereas Drago has someone else talking on his behalf. This makes Drago a very robotic character, which dehumanizes him, which is done further when he says,
"If he dies, he dies,"
during Apollo's death scene. All the Russian characters show a lack of empathy, which shows their cold heart, which is a stereotype for Russians. This is also shown in the women from each county, as Ludmila has a blonde mid-slick back hair, which gives a more stronger jawline, making her look more masculine and bolder, and has a deep voice, which is very stereotypical for Russian women. She also smokes, which is seen as unwomanly. This also contrasts with Adrian, who has longer hair which is round and curves around her face, giving her a softer appearance, and her comforting Rocky shows her caring nature. This is further reinforced when Rocky says,
"I once said to you, I never asked you to stop being a woman. Don't ask me to stop being a man."
This is also shown in the settings, as America is shown to be far more colorful and extravagant during Apollo's entrance to living in America, with dancers and a big bull that blows smoke. The dances wear a lot of blue and white and some red, which shows their patriotism, as these are the colors of the American flag. It is very flashy and outgoing, a symbol of expression and freedom, an ideal and value of the USA. The arena in Russia does not display as much color, using a lot of grays just before the stage. The entrance is also blocked by a steel gate, which could mean that Rocky and Drago are going to have a hardcore rough fight like a cage match. It could also show that Rocky is going to liberate the people of Russia as they are trapped behind a cage. During Drago's entrance, his music has a lot of drone noise and has a final boss type of feel to it, showing he is the enemy and a force to be reckoned with. In the arena, it is not as colorful as the American one, with there being only blacks and browns worn by the audience. However, they are still waving Soviet flag, showing patriotism. This is shown more when the national anthem starts playing and they all salute the flag, which has Drago looking stoic and looking off into the distance. This is very reminiscent of leaders like dictators having similar paintings or displays of them looking similar. With America having a history of fighting against a ruling force, it shows that Rocky will have to liberate these people from Drago. He does end up doing this as Rocky and Drago fight progresses. The crowd begin to chant for Rocky as he shows his heart and resilience throughout the fight.
Few cheers now for Rocky Balboa! Rocky!
He also changes Drago as Drago rejects the people he is fighting for because of his mistreatment and how they use him.
Я держу победу!
Контин!
Я тебя! Я тебя!
In conclusion, Rocky IV is an example of Western propaganda during the Cold War, as it uses cinematic techniques and characters for its nationalistic narrative. Rocky IV reflects political tensions and propaganda of its time and shows the power that film has on its audience and shaping their perceptions and ideas.